set and ready now.
Jahmyr Gibbs, first touch of the year, second year, speedy back for the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs the back. Pressure comes. It's Gibbs with a screen, with blocking. Gibbs to the 26. They get to a run with Gibbs, who cuts it back to the left side. Jahmyr Gibbs, good dance for them. Back in the game for Detroit. Gibbs, inside run. Third and 1. Gibbs, bouncing. Now looking for space and put his head down for 1. And they'll turn it, give it. It is Gibbs inside, turning and twisting. Let the ball go at the goal line. Look at it, and they will.
The previous play is under review.
That elbow went down, but
after review, it is a touchdown.
Trying to slow down Jared Goff. Swings it out to Jahmyr Gibbs.
he started the game with, because the running game hasn't gotten going yet.
Gives a toss to the
long sustained line and run the football.
Carry is Jahmyr Gibbs, and he will go. Parker Hesse, new acquisition for the Lions, that fullback spot, leading the way. Jahmyr Gibbs the back. The Lions will run it first time with Gibbs. Bounce. Lions have 2. Goff will swing it. Gibbs has got some blockers. Jahmyr Gibbs to the 20. Goff searching, throwing end zone. Gibbs the job. 3rd and 2. Gonna try and get it on the ground with Gibbs. Turns it up. Got it. First down. Laporta in motion. Goff. First looks are covered. Comes back incomplete. From the 28. Goff swinging. Jahmyr Gibbs running. First down. Have a chance to even touch the ball. Gibbs with blocking to the 50.
The route and help out right tackle Justin School.
Here's Jahmyr Gibbs on the edge. Dive spot now on first down. The give to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs across the 45.
He goes, listen, we need Amon-Ra St. Brown involved in the game. He's one of our energy guys.
Speaking of energy, how about Gibbs to the outside? He's limping around a little bit. He's back out there. Goff to throw. Checks it short. It's Gibbs on the sideline, and Gibbs dropped. It's Gibbs again. Gibbs stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 at the 18. Goff to Gibbs with blockers in front, but nowhere to go. Well defended. The back-to-back season-ending injuries. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs trying to get to the outside, and down he goes. 2nd down and 4. Here's that run game with Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs breaks a tackle. Gibbs into the secondary. Inside the 35. It's Gibbs. Trying the right side. And 20-yard line. It's Jahmyr Gibbs, and Gibbs in the backfield. 2nd and 14 from the 24. Goff swings it to Gibbs. Gibbs up the sideline. And they've been much better in the second half. Delayed handoff. Gaping hole for Gibbs. Into the secondary. Stepping through tackles. And Gibbs finds.
That's a lot to ask for right there. He goes all the way to the second level. We've talked about
this. Very excited. Will it pop? Gibbs. Inside the 2nd down and 9. This is Gibbs trying to pick his way over the left side. And again, nothing there.
Experiences to draw back on. It's huge.
Pitch play. Gibbs in the backfield. He's dropped.
4th and 1.
And it's Gibbs on the sweep to the edge. First down and more. Gibbs down the sideline. Gibbs.
Little touch there. Boom. Second level. Levante David blocks Levante David coming downhill. Great job by Jamison Williams.
Timeouts. Goff. Gibbs. Try on Shoyinka in motion. Goff to Gibbs. Gibbs to the 10, and he's Goff. Pressure comes. Goff throws over the middle. Caught at the 6, but he can't turn it upfield. Goff with a 4-man rush. Steps up, throws over the middle. It's Gibbs. Remember.
And it's Gibbs to about maybe the... Gibbs has it. Back to Gibbs. The hole closed in a hurry. Brown dancing around. They give it to Gibbs, and all the Cardinals set on the money. Gibbs, whatever the rating is, nothing passes the eye test like watching them work the field. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this is Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs is inside the 10. Dan Skipper is back out there, and Gibbs trying to find some room. Eventually he does. Gibbs all met in the backfield as Gibbs carries. And Gibbs will spin for a first down and get knocked down. We did not hear the whistle until after the snap, at least when we went back and listened, as Gibbs carries. Cardinals trailing here as Goff hits St. Brown, who flips it to Jahmyr Gibbs. And Gibbs is in the end zone.
Just flip it over to Gibbs, who's running across the formation. And this is just beautifully executed. There you see he released out of the B gap on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. And
Lions with a big defensive stop as Gibbs carries. And Jahmyr Gibbs up across the 40-yard line. Gibbs, another big hole. Second half. Gibbs knocked down and blowing out the Rams last week. And
4-minute offense just absolutely pounding the rock.
Here's Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs. First and goal. They go 2 tight ends on the other side, and they're able to clear it out. I mean, he's at the safety level before there's even contact. Sprinting down there. Here's Gibbs. Well played. This defense has been stout down here. Handoff to Gibbs. A walk-in touchdown. Makes the key block. Just an excellent job getting pushed. Who's off to a slow start after a big rookie season. Here's Gibbs. He's moving around well. Here's Gibbs bouncing it. First down plus. His block at 2nd down and 7. Gibbs takes it. Takes the handoff and is in for the touchdown. His 2nd of the night. To get him, and he fills the hole, does a good job, but just good tough running after contact. More with the ball. They hand off to Gibbs. Seattle. Jared Goff hands off. That is Gibbs. Gibbs again. Stood up. Here's Gibbs. All night long. 2nd and 7, and right up the gut. Gibbs in harm's way. Here's the toss. Gibbs left side. In the game. Hand off, Gibbs. 2nd down. Goff. And a little high for Gibbs. Here is Gibbs, gets a carry, slinking up the middle, and decked about. I mean, these are really good problems to have. Here is Gibbs trying to get to the outside. Hand off. Wow. Sprinting up the middle and bursting for a first down. Got it from our friends at Next Gen. Here's Goff firing down the seam for Gibbs, and Gibbs on the toss. And it's played well. Little flip, Gibbs. Long way to go. Looking for a seam. Played well. Get it to his back. Gibbs tries to get it. Gibbs. Trying to go in this first half. Going to run it to Gibbs, who is stacked up, and he's going to lose.
The second half. Run that clock out and obviously end up the touchdown if you can.
Gibbs.
At least get him off the field.
Here is Gibbs reversing his field, trying to get to the edge, and does, and he's got a first down. Pass, as you called. Goff standing, looking. Now Gibbs is wide open and just runs up for a first down, shoulder down, stays in bounds. 7. Lions give it to Gibbs again. Donovan Wilson takes him down.
These 2 big backs.
Oh. Here's Gibbs, big hole. Gibbs, another first down.
It's a very gifted offense.
Here is Gibbs sprinting up the gut. Another big run. Gets a big hit. Gibbs again. Tries to get to the edge.
It's a fine line between an OPI and a legal pick play.
3rd and long. Set up a screen to Gibbs as a way to go. And he's taken down.
Off a fake to Jahmyr Gibbs. Now swinging out for him. And the 2nd-year running back will.
So far here early, it's been Brian Flores.
Here is Gibbs trying to knife through to. We'll start with Gibbs. No Montgomery out there, and Gibbs.
A lot of pressure and blitz on first down.
There is Gibbs.
To get some points on the board.
How do you keep Jared Goff off his game?
Yeah, it's just
lined up as the fullback. Off the right. Here's Gibbs. Good run. Best run. Good move. There he goes. Needs a block. He's in.
That's one of the best 1-2 combinations in the entire league, and this offense had been reeling, a little sluggish there in the first quarter, and they got that explosive run. And a great example.
So now the Lions go to work, back to the ground game with Jahmyr Gibbs, who spins his way for about 8.
Away on defense.
Goff protected, will check it down to Gibbs, and he works into Vikings.
Against this blitz-happy Vikings D.
Now it's Gibbs up the gut, stiff-arming his way to a good run, and still pushing that pile forward. Here is Gibbs, pressing the line, and it's a run for Gibbs against the pressure, and he bangs it in for a touchdown.
They're able to catch him off bounds. Look, they bring in extra receivers, and he's the crack on the edge. He gets an extra body. And after they get the problem with having it.
Start this drive from the 30 with the toss play for Gibbs. Van Ginkel wraps him up.
Way to get a stop.
Run play for Gibbs as he pinballs ahead.
They've been killing this blitz scheme.
Now they run it with Gibbs.
This one looks like it's coming down to it as well.
This will be Gibbs. Here is Gibbs. They're sticking 25 or 30 yards to get in a comfortable field goal range for Bates. And Gibbs will get some of that yardage and more.
Like not taking our time until you're in field goal range. They've been operating very slowly.
Now give it to Gibbs in space, and there. Ball security paramount here. Gibbs at the last second puts it on 3rd and 11. Titans rush 4. Goff with time. Out of the backfield, it's Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. And Gibbs will get the carry. Had a big week last week and turn it on the Jets on the sideline. On first down, Jahmyr Gibbs with an opening. And Gibbs with great speed. Down the sideline. Jahmyr Gibbs, one man to beat. He'll beat him. Touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs changed his path. Actually, Graham Glasgow is the guy that gets up there. And that is right down the sideline. Once he is in that position, you are not going to catch Jahmyr Gibbs.
For the Lions. Gibbs with the carry, sprints to the outside, steps through 2 tackles and tiptoes. Touchdowns in consecutive games. He'll go to work again. And Gibbs, pointing out Kenneth Murray, number 56. The give is to Gibbs, and Gibbs up the middle on 2nd and 3. Gibbs again, and Gibbs caught at the line of scrimmage.
But they have bullied them in different phases of the game.
Here's Gibbs inside the 20 and down. Fullback spot. Toss play, Gibbs. Gibbs to the sideline and out of bounds.
And this is just one of those one-off afternoons against a very, very talented Detroit Lions team.
Focus on the details and the habits, not just to win a game, but to stay in a game and not quit it.
Trying to build because this is going to be a tough season for Tennessee. And we talked about Detroit.
And Jahmyr Gibbs is in the game for the first time. Goff, pressure, gets it out to Gibbs. Well, he's got room to run. First down and then some, and he's out of bounds.
Throws. It's a good way to start the game in these conditions.
And run it again. Here what he wants to do is hand off to Gibbs, and Gibbs out across the 25. Lions in control on offense. Get it to Gibbs. And
managing this condition so well.
Hand it off near side, and a good run by Gibbs.
So impressive.
Here's Gibbs on the right side. Big hole! Gibbs racing, breaks the tackle, and finally tripped that carry. And so they give it to him again. Up the middle, down.
Those negative plays by Green Bay's offense has really been a factor too.
Look at Gibbs bouncing to the outside. 3rd and 1. Goff to throw it. Looking into the end zone. Here is Gibbs. First down and more. Gibbs in for the touchdown.
Preston Smith. You see these 2 unblocked defenders here at Green Bay. Gibbs sees it. Forced Detroit into actually throwing the ball.
Here the Lions going to stay on the ground. Why not? Lions take over. And now they're going to look to run some clock here with Gibbs.
I think some of these aspects of what I've seen today is not playing very.
And inside Gibbs again at 11. It's deflected towards Gibbs and it's intercepted. 2 in Detroit. You have 21 incompletions in that game. Gibbs trying to get to the outside. The first contact pushes him all the way. First round pick out of Alabama in 22. Goff out quick. Gibbs made the first man miss. Good one. Texans on top. 10-0. Jahmyr Gibbs inside run. The Lions have been terrific in this second frame, and there's a good run by Gibbs.
Game with, right?
There's Gibbs working inside, bumped into his own lineman, and the push.
Who their quarterback is now.
Gibbs with a gun to run for 5 games here in the first half. And they put a 2-minute drive together. Gibbs on the ground. Just a yard. The first down concept, but you're not going to do it this way. 2-interception game of his career. Quick toss, Jahmyr Gibbs with Penei Sewell leading the way. In Rio, and continued on a couple Olympic Games after. Gibbs targets 2 catches for St. Brown. 3rd down, Goff swings it. Gibbs, Sewell leading for him. Gibbs looking to cut back inside, all the way to the 40.
And just as that edge player starts to figure out, we've got a problem and we've got a lead blocker in front.
44, Gibbs, right out there trying to block for him. Nothing. Thank you. 2nd and 10, Gibbs. Next Sunday night, Lions down 3. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1st down run. 1st down, Gibbs down the sideline he goes.
A lot of times when you get a team that's really flying to the football, you use their excitement and their momentum against them.
Lassiter out for the rest of the game for Houston. Gibbs, right, accelerates. There goes Gibbs down the sideline.
Able to go and hook the edge player who's at least 7 yards outside of him. You just cannot.
Right back to Gibbs. 2nd and 4, Gibbs, toss. That time Houston read it, and they made the play. 1:51 to go. It is Gibbs running inside. They pull at the ball as Gibbs years ago. For the 48, edge run. Gibbs can't get to the outside. Jahmyr Gibbs remains the back. Gibbs inside for 2.
With Gibbs 1st and 10, Jahmyr gets it. Nice tackle, man.
Sideline defender.
2nd and 9, Gibbs wheeling his way. Good block by the wide receiver, Patrick. He got 2 of them. Important 1st and 10, Goff, Gibbs. Breaking free and down to the 5.
Don't forget, he's got 7 in a row.
Gibbs to the 2. 2nd and goal with Gibbs. Bumped into right. Bounces. Touchdown.
Running into that pile, and then just guess what? I'm faster than you. I'm going to get to the front pylon before you can. Touchdown line.
Lining the halftime show, powered by Verizon. That's on Thanksgiving. Gibbs on 1st and 10, a foot race with Jones. Cuts inside. And from
Goff and all the yards after catch.
Gibbs again, 1st and 10, and pulling their rag now. 2nd down and 8. Gibbs. Got the block over there by Zeitler, and a nice defense.
Say we need a takeaway. Our defense needs a takeaway because they get one every game.
Look at Gibbs slithering.
That they thought they were going to have at the beginning of the year.
Gibbs on 2nd down and 10, getting a block from Ragnow, and Gibbs the back, and the call. Blocked by Wright.
So it's a good start for the Colts overall. Hand off Gibbs, and he's bottled. It's Gibbs. 3rd down and 8. They keep it on the ground with Gibbs. And Jahmyr Gibbs picks up a 1st down. And we saw it on that play. There's Gibbs once again. Gibbs. Set of downs. On 1st and goal. Into the end zone, Gibbs.
Everyone blocking for him. They're pulling players. They're getting out there. And I love to see. Well, maybe
a great combination.
They're really reading each other very well. Put more on this 2-minute drive.
2nd down and 2. It's Gibbs. Found a hole.
And here we go.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Coach. Good. Thanks.
There's 12 for the Lions. Here's Gibbs.
2 touchdowns.
3rd down and 7. The quick out from Goff. And the Lions pick up a 1st down. In at left guard for the Lions. 2nd down and 13. It's Gibbs. 25, 80%. He's reached 80% in 5 games this season. Gibbs. Goff hands it off. Gibbs cuts to the outside, to the end zone. Touchdown.
Bounces right outside of him, and Gibbs stares him down. He goes into the end zone.
Tackle back in for the Lions. Handoff Gibbs. On first down, it's Gibbs. Woo! Gibbs forced back.
Beat one another when they play on the field as well.
And here's Gibbs. Thanks, Megan. And when we spoke,
giving up a touchdown.
There's Gibbs, comes back to the inside. 2. On third down and 2, it's Gibbs.
Oh, extra effort.
Good push.
Yeah, because they're really close. It feels like they're getting blown out, but it's really not the case. So for these moments, you step in, you're a backup, and you can play immediately.
From the 38. What a day it's been for Gibbs. From the Colts 47, it's Gibbs once again.
And they go to Gibbs, his first touch. Gibbs shifting and taking off. Back they go to Gibbs. Finds a little crease and takes advantage. All the way down.
The D-line over and over again, and then one of the areas you can see how tough and physical a football team is if corners tackle.
First down. Gibbs.
Third down plays and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and 8. Handoff. Gibbs. Back into the red zone they go. Last minute of the first quarter. Gibbs hurdles ahead. And again. First down from the 31. And look at this speed. Taken off as Gibbs. Gibbs still on his feet. Down to the 40-yard line. From the 41. He's not tired. They're going to give it right back to him. What he's got here? 2nd and 6.
Oh, what a play call.
It's to Gibbs to the 10. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Chicago's Dexter. To go after only 2 first downs in the first half. That came right in the last minute of it.
Get in your man rush.
So out of the gun. Goff able to go underneath to Gibbs.
And top-heavy NFC.
Here's Gibbs. He's out of bounds.
Good, rolling. Don't hurt your team.
2nd and 22. And that's going to go for it. Oh, ball came out at the end.
Comes in. He's 27 yards shy of 1,000. Makes the grab. On the move. Tackled in the game. Off the fake. Gibbs makes the catch. Works his way to the Gibbs as the running back. Here's Gibbs.
Hands folded out against Goff and company.
Defense that's 9th in points allowed. 9th best. 3rd and 4. Keep it on the ground. Trying to get that first down. Very close.
I don't think he gets it.
Gibbs. Nothing. To the outsides. Gibbs.
With the rookie, Evan Williams, who Hafley just loves, but there once again is Gibbs showing you he's not just a guy out in space.
In the quarter, 3rd down and 5. Keep it on the ground, going nowhere. Is the back. Give it to him. Nothing doing. And they had to get a play off, otherwise it would have been delay a game. And it's a run here for Gibbs. Backs up, throws, touchdown!
With him, you see he turned his shoulders to start to sprint to get out to the outside in the flat. He had no chance.
St. Brown's been quiet. He was in motion that time. Goff checks it down. Toss it back here, trying to cut back, gain 2. Needs a yard, gets that, and a lot more. Down the sideline. He scored 3 tonight for only 16 yards. Here goes Gibbs. Stack 3 receivers to the left. Keep it on the ground. And we're going to have a 4th down for a right position. To the outside. Turns it back. No. Green Bay. Gain of about 2 on first down. Little toss back here. And a 1 or 2. Blitz from the corner. Pass to the outside.
It's going to be a completion.
Dumps it off here. Gibbs looking for the first down and has it.
Second and 12, setting up a screen. And that's Gibbs. Gibbs, who's so dangerous. Look at him. Fight for that first and 10. They go to Gibbs. Look at him break outside on Benfield.
To throw it. This time they had to go with Goff.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of room here. That is Gibbs taking it to this so far covered 57 yards. They give it to him again. This time has become a hot target in this part of the field. As that pass, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Here's the handoff to Gibbs.
He's had an outstanding year, showing off his skill set.
First and 10. They had him in the backfield. Instead,
second rounder was just throwing into the role, just a little too safe.
Pass incomplete in the AFC. Trailing in that one. Here's the give to Gibbs. 10. Open. Got him in stride and carted to the locker room. Kareem Jackson's come in for him. There's the pass to pick up the first down. Gibbs shoved out.
Touchdowns you don't normally win, but they have the lead.
Second and 4. Dumps it off. Gibbs. Got across.
Gets back in the game very quickly.
Yeah, that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go the 70-yard. Rushing 4. Goff has his 400-yard game. Gibbs. No snap, handoff. Gibbs pushed across. It was Sewell. Watch it come over. It is. It's Panay. Look at that.
Detroit's just decimated as well. They'll be better when the time comes.
It's 4th and 10. Oh, look at the play they have drawn up as Gibbs takes it.
In the loss to the Bills. Here's Gibbs.
Every time Stevenson does something to you.
There's Gibbs once again. First and 10, 19-yard line. It's Gibbs. Second down and 5. Gibbs cuts to the outside.
That's just not winning football.
Goff sets up the screen. It's Gibbs with blockers. First down and more. Still going.
The field, like, you're not that good. If the offensive linemen are leaving you, they're leaving you for a reason. So you got to retrace right now.
Third down and 6. Here's Gibbs. Here's Gibbs again. Second and goal. It's Gibbs again.
Oh, nice tackle.
Third and goal. It's Gibbs again. This time, he's in.
Going between the tackles. He learned that from David Montgomery, not to bounce so quickly. Great talent. Speed pops off on film. Glad to see him being productive.
Gibbs found a hole.
Action and big plays off of it.
Here's Gibbs. Spins. Inside the 25. Start from the 7. It's Gibbs. Cuts to the outside. Breaks a tackle.
And the field goals.
There's Gibbs once again. Jahmyr Gibbs for the Lions, first down. From the 45-yard line. Goff complete. Nice move made by Gibbs. Crosses midfield. Has it up. First and 10. 34-yard line of the Bears.
Gibbs back, and it was really all Bears the whole time.
Gibbs tripped up.
They stay in rhythm offensively with the run game.
Gibbs spins. Handoff, Gibbs, and he's wrapped up. 10th play of the drive, second and goal. Again, nothing.
Make the plays.
First down, handoff, it's Gibbs. Out to midfield as second down and 5. Lions keep it on the ground. And Gibbs.
Back position, they're only a few players away from really having a formidable offense, and their defense will be led again. So it could be very good for a long time to come.
Second down and 6. Second down and 6. Gibbs.
Right, first place is on the line.
Lions start from the
lineman in for the run game. Jahmyr Gibbs gets the ball.
Gibbs on second.
Get some players back that are injured.
Goff swings it.
Here is Gibbs. Runs into D.
Come away with that touchdown against this defense. That's a bit of a concern.
Gibbs has got a first down. Gibbs gets it. Goff just able to get it to him, and a big carry by Jahmyr Gibbs. Hand off to Gibbs. And Gibbs cuts back. And a nice gain on first down.
He can run tough between the tackles.
Here's another example as he cuts back. It's a first down plus. Got hit by his teammate Sam Okuwanu. In the 10 now. Here's Gibbs. Gets rid of one tackler. Hand off to Gibbs, and he's brought down this group. Second down and 12, and that is a perfect throw to Gibbs. Hit in stride.
Really headsy play by Goff.
Play action. Catch made by Gibbs, trying to...
You would sure hate to lose him. What a night he had.
Here is Gibbs. Gibbs.
Short. He has been that. He's been everything, actually, whatever they want him to do.
Here's Bosa making
wide receiver, running excellent routes.
Here is Gibbs breaking one tackle.
Now, nobody should be able to cover this guy with the speed that he has, and right now they're not able to.
Handoff is to Gibbs, and there's not much. 28-21, play action. Goff protected. Gibbs on the catch. A great move.
That's all he knows to say.
Here is Gibbs spinning, going the other way. Gets a little bit of a block from Goff. Handoff to Gibbs. In over 40 years.
And hopefully they can continue to get off the field when they get teams to third down.
Here's a first down.
I mean, it was really something to be a part of.
Here's Gibbs, gets the edge, gets the first down, and the touchdown. You said it when we had them in week 4. I don't know how anybody couldn't be a fan of Tim Patrick, a guy who tore his ACL, missed 2022.
They begin from the 30 with a run for Gibbs inside. And he'll get a chest piece. They empty out the backfield. 4 rush. The throw's complete. Trying to get there is Gibbs. What a move by Gibbs to get the first down. From the 41-yard line, inside Gibbs. Gibbs going to try to bounce it to the outside. Andrew Van Ginkel stretched it up at matchup. Lions 0 against the Vikings D. Again, Gibbs running inside. Third down. 3rd and 8. The Lions going to run it here. But Gibbs that time not going to get Sunday night. Commanders and Bucks in the playoffs. Drive 2 for the Lions. It is Gibbs working inside, spinning around. Terrific running combo. Sonic and Knuckles. That's the Sonic, and he got more than 25. Gibbs got an opening. The acceleration. Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Long knew where he was going. Watch him set this up. Go. And now it's a foot race, and nobody's beating this guy in a foot race. Play in that position quite a bit.
Inside Gibbs, 1st and 15. It is Gibbs who's back. 2nd and 12. Out of the backfield, huge hit. Take over at their own 3-yard line. Gibbs is still in the game after that big hit from Van Ginkel and still picking up.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, it felt like it. Gibbs running inside for
a lot of pressure.
Off 11 to 14. They'll run it inside, and Harrison. Vikings territory. Gibbs with a run.
All season long.
From the 30, Lions take over on first down. Goff swinging it out. Gibbs hit in stride.
Been able to run it that effectively tonight to have that work.
And run inside here with Gibbs pushed forward. 2nd and 3. Van Ginkel was on the run, but Goff didn't have the ball. Extra beef to the left. They go that way with Gibbs. Pounding in the night for Detroit. Gibbs right. 3rd and 4. They'll run it with Gibbs. And the Lions going for it. The Vikings bring it. The pass is a touchdown to Gibbs.
Right up the middle, and that means we got one-on-one right over here with the leading sacker.
Play action here, about to get hit. He got rid of it, and there's a lot of space for Gibbs.
Give me more.
From the 13. Gibbs left. Jahmyr Gibbs accelerates into the end zone. Has more touchdowns than that man. Jahmyr Gibbs to the end zone for the 19th time.
Promises, but I'm manifesting getting back.
Listen to the 26, Jahmyr Gibbs taking off again. Gibbs with the inside move. And that's 27-yard line. Back to him inside, as they have the last couple of years with Glenn, the defensive coordinator. Gibbs, first down, inside from the 14. They did it with Gibbs. 5, they did. And first and goal. And the inside run for Gibbs, still going to the goal line.
Coming up at the end of this and pushing their offensive teammate into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Jahmyr Gibbs getting a carry right side, sprinting through the hole. First down for Gibbs. Inside. Got him. Sees Gibbs. He's wide open. No one there. First down. Gibbs makes a cut. Inside. Gibbs again. Tries to get outside. Cuts up the field. Inside the 5.
Give it to Gibbs.
They will. Left side. Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit.
Motion the receiver in. Even when you defeat blocks. Down to the final 8.
Here's Gibbs in space where he's so dangerous. Uh-oh! Gibbs finally
goes up on the middle linebacker through the defense, sheds chin right by him, and this just had open field speed. That's a tough combo to stop.
Yeah, here's Gibbs. He's been tough today. Up the middle he goes, dancing around, and another first down. Gibbs again, left side, and searching around. On first down, give it to Gibbs. He's had a great first half so far, and Gibbs
here, and Goff can get back in the game.
Gibbs will help. Up the middle, good hole. Gibbs spinning across the 35. Minutes to go in this first half. Bridgewater to throw it. Back to throw he goes. Has a completion over the middle of the first down. They will hand it off. Gibbs. First down. Gibbs racing inside the 45. He goes.
Get something to the sideline. Get out of bounds.
Goff tipped the line and incomplete. Goff double pumps in stride. Gibbs has it for a first down. See if they take advantage. Here's Gibbs. He's had 9 carries for 96 yards in this first half. By that time, here's Sonic outside. And short fake to Gibbs. Goff stands in, hit as he throws, and here's Goff. Pressure. Throws it. Gibbs looking for some blocks. Patient. Gibbs. Oh, spinning around. What a play. First and goal. It is Gibbs. Left side. It gets popped. Gibbs. Up the middle. Gibbs. Shoulder down. Touchdown, Detroit.
Gibbs. They flash St. Brown back. He sees the crease. The road against the 1 seed. You keep him in the game, that 1 seed. They just gain more and more confidence as the game goes.
Gibbs, great move, first down.
Which neither of those have worked today either.
Goff being blitzed, sidearm throw, it's high.
These hits on Goff, been a big deal.
3rd and 10, Gibbs in the flat is a way to go. Gibbs.